Welcome to OZTV. Here we talk about everything that you need to know. We talk about family, we talk about relationships, we talk about children, homes. We talk about virtually everything. So I want you to subscribe, like, comment, click on the notification bell for more videos coming up. And watch out for a new show coming up called Spit It All. Thank you. Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to another segment of Spit It All. And I'm your host, Ozioma Anajeku. And with me in the house is Joy Uzoho, our counselor. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, today we're going to be talking about long distance relationship. Long distance relationship. I know a lot of us have been in long distance relationship or have friends or family members that has been involved with someone that's living far from them. So, is long distance relationship advisable for anyone to go into?
Long distance relationship is good if you can handle it.
Okay.
If you're kind of a curious person that you love to find out a lot of things, see the person, you have this anxiety. It won't be too good for you. But if you're someone that is ready to learn through it, you need to be patient in a long distance relationship.
Okay.
So if you know you're not going to be patient, if you're not going to be kind of be an imaginary kind of person, you imagine things in your thoughts, try to create an enabling environment where both of you can only communicate through a certain means only.
Okay.
You can't be able to handle it. But if you feel that the person being far from you is what you can be able to do, it's good. Why? Because it gives you time, it gives you space. That's one good thing about long distance relationship.
Okay. Do you think most long distance relationship is advisable to get into, especially when you want to get married to that person?
Like I said, if you can handle it, you can. If you want to get married to that person, actually, let me start it this way. You see, people of the old actually loved in marriage.
Okay.
They didn't love before marriage.
That's people of the old.
And if you leave me to my opinion, it helps some of them.
Okay.
And it reduces rate of divorce.
Why did you say that?
The reason is because they see their husband as their Lord.
Okay.
When I mean submission, their kind of submission then was like, yeah, right now we'll call it slavery. But they were ready to become slaves for their husbands.
But due to the fact that we're civilized now, we live in a civilized world, that kind of relationship to a lot of people, they really don't fancy that because you don't really get to know a lot of things about that person, especially when it comes to sex. You understand? In long distance relationship, most times you cannot engage in sex because you're not together.
Now, so I was actually coming to that. You find out that if you want to keep, it will help you keep the biblical parts of marriage undefiled. If both of you are far from each other, there won't be a situation where you say you now made a mistake to come together and something now happened and that happened and that happened. That is where long distance relationship is good, with that it will lead to marriage.
Okay.
Long distance relationship does not mean that both of you will not quarrel.
Okay.
There will be quarrels. Why? Because both of you try to imagine things. You're not seeing each other. So when the person is talking to you, try to bring the imagination in your mind or your brain.
Okay.
Not to talk of now that we have You can do WhatsApp video call, Skype, and all that. So, for the one leading to marriage, both of you are going to make sure that your communication gap is not broken.
Okay.
You must communicate, you must see each other, you must send messages, you must be in touch with each other every day.
Okay.
And that is how it will help you build each other's trust, and grow into from likeness, friendship to love. Now, long distance relationship also is going to make you at that time, okay, yeah, you're not seeing the person. But most of the time you could do video call. What are you doing now? I'm cooking. What are you cooking? You tend to see. What color do you love most? Now, it will help you. For me, I have seen people that long distance relationship made them love that person more. Why? Because they were not always together.
Okay. They have some space.
Some space.
Okay.
Now, it also helped them not to, when two people begin to stay together in one house, they begin to find faults.
Yes.
Now, it helped them build their relationship so well that right now they're married, the husband can actually say, this is the way we started this. And both of you get to understand yourselves. Though it can hide a lot of things. Long distance relationship can hide a lot of things.
A lot of things.
Especially in a situation where the person lives abroad and you cannot be able to visit. The only time the person comes back is when the person wants to see you, and it will not give much room for you to find out several characters in that person, except both of you begin to live together.
Exactly.
And let me also tell you, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, even when two of you are together here, you find out those faults. Most of us tend to see those signs and still want to continue. So in a case like this, you find out that in a long distance relationship, you just make up your mind that this is a parcel. Whatever I open, when I open it, anything I see in this parcel, and I'm ready to take it.
You know, most times a lot of young ladies love to get married to people outside the country, abroad, because of the fact that they feel that financially they're capable of taking care of them. But when they now, in the course of the relationship or courtship, they send things to them, they send money, they send gifts and everything, and then it wins their love. You understand? So, but when it becomes practical, when they now see themselves, sometimes if the woman is hyperactive and the guy is not hyper, it happens even without long distance relationship. But then in most cases, if the chick is hyperactive or the man is hyperactive, either way, or the man's genital part is not what she pictures it to be, you understand? Sometimes I've seen in such cases whereby it affects the marriage.
Well, you said something that touched me here. Let me start from the first one, winning them with love, with gifts.
Yes.
The moment you're starting with anybody, whether the person is here or outside, try to know the person's love language.
Okay.
There's something called love language. Some people's love language is gifts.
Okay.
Some people's love language could be attention. Another person's love language could be the way you care. You give you're always around the person. So there are different types of love language, but I know that love language of most women is gifts.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Whether outside, whether far or close,
yes.
You can always win a woman over with gifts.
Yes.
Now, on the other part of genital organs not being what you expect it to be and all that.
And the drive, sex drive.
And the sex drive. Okay, let me answer the sex drive. For the sex drive, several women who are close to their husband, two of them knew themselves and they were together in a particular country, state, they see themselves all the time and know that this man have a huge sex drive, tend to still live with it. At the time they adapt.
Yes, because they are already used to it. They know.
Those ones who their husbands are not around, and when he comes back, you find out that his sex drive is very very high. All it takes is to train yourself to adapt to it.
What if you can? Because most times, you know, they fix dates for maybe traditional before they are coming back, maybe because they have a duration, they have a time frame to come and then they go back. So most times they fix their timing. That okay, when I come in December, I'll pay your bride price and then we'll get married. You understand? Because normally maybe they've connected via phone, via Skyping, via a lot of things. They've connected in that way. But in the physical now, they are yet to connect. So when he comes back and now the physical parts start, the physical love, they're now trying to build it. And they start to find that, you know, that is what you were saying initially, that when you're with someone, you tend to see the faults in that person, or this is what is there, this is what is not there. So when they now come together and all this thing comes to play, so what happens?
Let me tell you, first of all, you understand that marriage is a lifetime. Friendship is temporal. If you know you can't cope, forget what people will say. A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. You let him know. But if you know that with time I can be able to adapt and talk it over with him, guy, I'm not used to this. Oh, this is the way I want you to do it to me. Or this is the way I feel towards so and so. If both of you can be able to talk it over, then you'll be able to talk it over. If you can adapt with time, then you tell. If you know you cannot be able to adapt with time, then on time tell him this will not be able to work. Don't feel or think you can change the man in the marriage. You cannot.
You can't.
You cannot bend an already fabricated iron. If you try to bend an already fabricated iron, that means it has to go through fire. And going through fire means that you yourself, you'll be the one feeling the pain.
So at what point do you think one should back out from a long distance relationship?
You know, long distance relationship, most of the time, you don't see how toxic it is. When it's toxic to you, you don't even know.
Yes.
Except when both of you come together to stay together and begin to know each other's character, behaviors, and all that. The moment he comes back and then you weigh a lot of things. You know, we women tend to fall in love and forget the vital parts of things that you're supposed to do. In as much as you love this person, you need to do your homework well. When this person comes back, most of the time what you ask a man, he answers. He might lie to you because he actually wants to get you. But make it clear to him that you're not under pressure or under duress for anything. Listen, this question I'm asking you because we're going to have a long time, as in it's a lifetime thing.
It's a lifetime thing, yeah.
So I need to find out the truth about these things. Those questions that you know that is bothering you, you ask him. If you don't get a satisfactory answer, back out. If you get an answer that is average, maybe in the preference of 1/10, and you get an answer of average of 5, and you say, okay, I can deal with the remaining 5, you go on. Everything we're talking about here is dependent on both parties, what they want, what they can be able to take, your level of tolerance, Are you able to tolerate? Are you able to take it? Are you patient enough? If you are and you feel, I am ready because you love that person, but don't be carried away with love, then you're free to go in. But if you cannot be able to carry it, it's not it's not a do or die affair. You tell that person, no, it will not be able to work between us. And at that time, you have to do what? Back out.
So, you know, in long distance relationship, there should be some do's and some don'ts. So things you're supposed to pay attention to and some things you're supposed to, you know, not to do basically. So what do you think are the do's and the don'ts of long distance relationship?
Basically, the do's and the don'ts. The do's are there must be constant communication.
What holds up the relationship?
That's what holds your relationship, because your relationship is visual now. So you don't see each other. So you just have to try as much as you can to be able to communicate, talk to each other. I'm wearing this to work today. This is the one dressed. You snap and send. You send the message, good morning, baby. How you doing? I'm fine, I'm off to work. The person gets information from you, you're going to work. Oh, baby, after work, I'm going to go this. You send the message across. Oh, your baby tells you, okay, all right, after work, I'm going to do this. And you should also ask them, what are you having for lunch? What do you take for breakfast? What do you take for dinner? There must be all those kind of relationship, those things you know practically. If he's here, you're going to be doing them. You should be able to do them via phone.
Yes.
Communication gap should not be broken at all. There's no time you should be able to break your communication gap with him at all times. Be in touch with him. You understand me? So when you're in touch with him, it helps him know your whereabouts, know that both of you are on the same page. So it's good. Then both of you should be able to give yourselves attention. You should be able to give yourself attention. You tell me, he's not here. How do you then give attention to each other? Now, when you call baby, thank God for video call right now. Call on video call. You see her hair is unkempt. Why haven't you made your hair? What happened? I don't like the way you're sounding on phone. Your voice is sounding somehow. Why is your voice like that? And the person should be able to. You're giving attention. Give attention to details. You know, something is bothering me. The person shares it with you. You should be able to, maybe after it maybe solved, okay, how did you go about this? Are you on it right now? What are you doing concerning it? So the